Good evening and welcome to Side21 and tonight's episode of the Black Hand of Fate. If this is your first time catching us on this series, this is our evil campaign. This is where our players are not necessarily playing the good guys this time around. So on that note, let's go ahead and introduce our players for this evening.
My name is Jason. I'm playing Shetic, your Fey-touched wizard necromancer.
Hi, I'm Aaron Hammontre, and I'm playing Bojack Horse Puncher, a dwarf barbarian.
I'm Jaco, and I'm playing Timber 2, the Tabaxi Ranger turned rogue.
My name's Hunter Douglas, and I'm playing Vorn Lochar, the Reborn Warlock.
Alrighty, if you don't get a chance to catch us on Twitch on Wednesdays, we have our follow-up broadcasts on YouTube every Thursday, where you can also catch all of our VODs, including the 3-part Celestial Frontiers series that we just finished. That's our Astral Sea series, where we explore the depths of space. So yeah, go check that out. And on that note, I believe that concludes our announcements. So let's go ahead and jump into tonight's episode of The Black Hand of Fate. Alrighty. Where last we left off, our party made their way through trial and error, through some discussion and decision making into the Temple of Saloon. However, now it seems to be, for the time being, a party of 4, as Damian Grundman mysteriously disappeared from the group, leaving behind just his vial of salt water. Nevertheless, the members of the Black Hand proceeded into the temple, solved a couple riddles to unlock some mirrors, angled the mirrors in a specific direction, and found an entrance into the basement of the temple. Upon making their way down into the temple, they faced a challenge from a planetar, this celestial angelic creature, basically saying, if you want my key, come and get it. And the party did so after a intense encounter with this planetar and a couple of werewolves that he spawned, seeming to keep with the theme of the moon, the goddess Saloon's dominion, and a battle ensued. It was ultimately a victorious one. However, one Shetic Bonecaller did go down and develop a sickness of some kind. But with the quick thinking of the party, one Vorn Lochar in particular, that curse was removed. After splitting up briefly, one to go close the stairway to cover up their tracks, making their way into the basement. The rest of the party went through the back room, collected the key that they needed, and proceeded through a weak wall into the sewer tunnels. Eventually, the party all made their way back to a familiar spot in the slums district in the sewers, some by the high roads and invisibility, others through the sewer tunnels, and having a little scuffle, we'll say, with a cube on their way. Eventually made their way back to the same spot. The Sanctum Spire was opened, and you guys went in to get a rest for the night. Some of you eating, some of you bathing. Shetic on his near deathbed, going to bed first to get the maximum amount of rest, and just casting his hut to avoid any disturbances of any kind. And that is where we find ourselves now. Everyone in their chambers or wherever they may have went to bed for the evening. And we are going to start in Timber's chambers here. Timber, you fell asleep fairly easy, and you slept through most of the evening, but near dawn, near the time that you guys would normally be waking up, you're tossing and turning as a vivid dream, a vision of some kind is going on in your head. You find yourself, open eyes, falling through space. You can see mostly blackness, but as you look up, you see fabric, it looks like, like at first just ripped pieces, small, thin pieces of fabric drifting down around you with frayed edges, like some kind of crazy snowfall. And as they begin to fall, almost like ash or snow around you, you see them begin to combine, like water droplets in a petri dish. They begin to become larger pieces of fabric, and those larger ones then combine with each other and become even larger until you're finding yourself now almost swirling and sliding down a river of these fabric pieces as you're falling through space. And in your head, you hear the voice of your father. My son. It's got a crazy, ethereal echo. Do you say anything?
What in the hell is going on right now?
As you say that, one of the now long strands of this fabric lashes out like a snake striking, and begins to wrap itself around your left arm, and it kind of pulls it almost towards the larger body of the fabric that's falling around you. And you hear that ethereal, echoey voice of your father again. My son.
Father, you went down bad. Swing, but it's not gonna take me without a fight. And then I try to cut whatever this fabric is.
You would, when you reach down to your sheath, and there's no sword.
Oh man.
Empty scabbard.
Cat claws. Cat
You try
claws.
to swipe at it with your other hand. As you go to swipe it with your other hand, a piece of that fabric snaps away, striking out from the other side, finding your right hand now as well, and you're almost hanging there with your arms outstretched, legs kind of dangling down, and the feline kind of form of like trying to scratch something with their back legs.
Air jail.
I give up. All right, you got me. That was my one defense. I'm done.
As you're bound from both sides now, you begin to feel an energy of some kind. And looking out, you see it's a single, belt size almost strip of fabric that's breaking across from this wall. And when you look at the wall, you see these strips now have almost woven themselves together, something like a basket, or the pieces of like a crosswork quilt or something like that. And you can see now there's this almost electrical energy, like there's current flowing down through the fabric, across the bands, and into your feline form. You can feel all the hair on your body beginning to like stand up as you feel this happening. And the voice of your father speaks again, and he says, "You have been incomplete. Eat.
Oh man. I am more complete than you are. You're dead."
With that, the energy becomes so intense, and between you, you're almost like, it's like you are, you're the filament in a light bulb. You are now this conduit for the energy that's coming from both sides, and it's almost like flowing through you, and your back just like kind of arches, chest goes out forward, and everything goes black. You stir, you wake up in your bed.
Did I just become a god? I'm looking at my paws like I'm better than corn now, I bet.
You make a insight check.
All right.
First roll of the day.
Let's go.
That's going to be a 24.
Let's go.
Nice.
You feel different. You're unsure what it is right now. But there is a spring in your step. There is a life energy that you have not felt up to this point, kind of flowing through you. I'll also have you make a religion check for me.
That's going to be a dirty 20.
Okay,
Dirty
let's
20,
go.
very nice. You know, you're kind of like waking up, and like how we all do, like when we have a crazy dream, you're like, what the fuck, you know, and like you're like trying to think about what happened in your dream before it slips from your mind. And the last thing you can remember is the fabric. You can remember the way that it became woven specifically at the end, and you think of, you know, you're not a magic user by any means, but you have heard of Mistra, and you know that the way that practitioners of magic who deeply understand the way that the current of the arcane runs through Faerun, know it is often referred to as the weave.
Like a giant yarn ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys, I will say you are not the only one who wakes up feeling refreshed this morning, as everyone who was involved in fighting a planetar and 2 werewolves feels just a little bit more experienced this morning, and you guys are all now level 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, level 10.
Let's go.
We did that all off stream, so we're all ready to go there. So it is, I believe you were sleeping through the day, so I'd say it's probably late afternoon here in the sewers of High Moon, and zoom in a little bit more, we're in the Sanctum Spire. It's about 6 p.m. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna wake up and just kind of make sure that I have everything situated in the chest in the sanctum, like put the other key with the first one, and look at the guardian bow. I'm like, I don't know if I want to take that. I don't know if he wants it. I'll probably just ask him. And just kind of make sure all that's situated, and go out to the front and see what everybody else is doing.
I'm just eating some breakfast, and I don't know, is anybody with me? Because I want to talk. Got some stuff to talk about.
Yeah, I'm going downstairs, so I'll be down there in like 30 seconds.
Once I wake up, I get all excited, and you hear like a shout from upstairs as I run down all happy.
Good afternoon, Shetic.
I walk.
Good evening. I feel a little bit better today. How about you? Feeling a little stronger.
Yeah, considering what happened yesterday, feeling pretty good.
Guys, look at this! And I start spinning in a circle with my great axe, and my great axe extends 10 feet farther than normal. Like roots just grow out of my hair and grasp onto the handle of my axe, and it gets an extra 10 feet of reach. Look at what I can do now!
You're going to break some... Oh my god, please stop.
Yeah, look, it's so cool! I woke up, I can do this!
Well, do it somewhere else.
I just like thunk it next to me after like spinning in a circle with it a few times. Hey, last night was amazing!
It
Well
was
done.
something.
The dwarf got longer arms.
I got longer arms.
I walk out and I'm just like, hello, little ones. How are you today? You may be in my presence. And I come and sit down at the head of the table. And like, servants, come and feed me. I'll take your finest ham.
Oh my gosh.
They bring ham.
I'm leaning over to Vorn, and I don't know. I think he got worse last night. I like him less.
Yeah, I like him a little less too. Are you feeling
What
good
is-
this morning?
Oh, little ones. No need to fear. Everything will be okay.
Oi, who are you calling little?
Oh, sweet Bojack. So young, so naive. Well, what is on the docket for today, my fellow ones?
Anyway, I'm definitely turning my back towards Timber. Yeah. I think maybe with our friend's newfound confidence, maybe he can go inspect the streets and kind of feel out the situation, because I could use a few provisions.
Yeah, I am curious if today they've lifted the lockdown at all, or how close we are getting to that.
I'm gonna turn around Timber. You seem like you're feeling spry today. Do you want to go up surface? Go up
Or
to the
is that
surface?
beneath you?
Oh, not at all. I understand that y'all are small and thimble little creatures. I can definitely take on this role for you. And it's just out of my kindness of my heart that I care for you and I want to do more. So yes, I will venture into the streets and I will return with news.
Leave your gold in case they nab you.
How gracious.
You're welcome.
That's what a gracious person would do. Leave their gold somewhere secure with their friends.
What's
And-
gracious mean?
As I'm walking out, I trip over a chair and I just fall. And I'm like, man, I guess I'm not as powerful as I thought I was. And then I just walk out.
What the fuck's
Gravity
going into him?
sucks! I just like call after him, gravity sucks.
You don't know
I
what
don't
grace
know.
is, but you know what gravity is.
It's the thing that makes people short, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it makes you
That's-
short.
He's thinking of genetics. They both start with G. I get it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have double checked my height recently too. I am 3'4".
Oh.
I stare up from you all at like waist level.
How tall is
Oh,
Timber
don't worry.
again?
Just know Shetic always looks down at you too.
You could be taller
I
than
think
me and I'm looking
Timber's
down
taller
to you.
than you.
Exactly. Yeah, I fucking 2 inches. I'm looking down on you. All right. Well, Timber. Good luck, buddy.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah. I'll go check the streets.
Aye, watch your tail.
I'm definitely, while he goes, I'm kind of signaling to the other two, like, hey, we're hanging out in the sanctum for a little bit. We got shit to talk about.
Aye, give me some bacon.
Timber, what are you doing?
I just want to stick my head out and see. One, I'm not entirely sure where in the slums we open the sanctum.
I think we're in our usual
But-
corner in the sewers.
Is it that
You
corner?
are,
Yeah.
you are just below the Rancid Rat. Inn and
Oh,
Tavern.
that's right. Yeah, so I want to get up out of the sewers and kind of like duck by the building just to look down the street, see if there's any guards on patrol or what's going on out here.
Fuck yeah, Timber.
Make a stealth check.
Aye, get it.
Don't trip.
Ooh,
Get it.
that's a 15.
With a 15, it is
Wes.
the late evening here in High Moon, here in the Slums District. You come up in a very familiar kind of garden yard area that exists between the Rancid Rat Tavern and western wall of the city of High Moon, and you kind of see some familiar crates and things, and you know that corner will give you a good view like down the street and like kind of up the hill going out towards the stadium as well in the other direction. And you notice that there are people seeming to be conducting business, very unlike what it looked like yesterday. So
Great.
yeah, it seems the lockdown has been lifted, but you don't have any information.
Okay. Well, then I'll go back into the sanctum to report my findings.
So what did you want to discuss, Shetic?
We're getting close to having all our keys that we need. We're getting close to finishing the job, I believe. I think it's time we start talking about an exit strategy. Because, don't really think we're going to want to stick around for what's coming after we do what we're here to do.
I mean, the steps are use keys, get tablets, put name on tablet, evil ritual, and leave?
Right.
Can I try to recall, did Amvor, tell us anything about an exit strategy?
No. He also told you that
Cool.
you would need to lower the mythal, which is the magical barrier that is what requires these Ward Weaver patches. It is a additional layer of protection that has been put in place for this city. You would reason because it is the home of the Tablets of Fate. So far you have 2 of those 3 keys that you would need to unlock the tablets, it looks like, but you have very little information on the way that the mythal functions and how connected or completely separate it may be from the security measures surrounding the tablets themselves.
I think an exit strategy would be good to figure out, but we also need to figure out how to get this barrier down in the first place.
Well, another reason why I think it's worth discussing our end game, because once we have all 3 keys, I don't think anybody, even Bojack here, is really deluding themselves that we're going to be able to just go summon Bane and be on our way. We know we need to take down the mythal, and I think maybe gonna be a little bit harder with only the 4 of us now, but we need to figure out a way to get that mythal down, and maybe 1 or 2 people are on that while the other 2 are on the tablets and the summoning.
I agree that it would benefit us to spread our efforts, but at the same time, if either of us get caught up, it could look bad.
Timber, you walk in the room.
And yeah, I'm like mid-sentence, and that's why I think, maybe we just need to scope it out, and potentially all 4 of us go do the mythal and get to the tablets quick. We don't know what that's going to entail. We might go from more than enough time to do this down to we may only have minutes to get it done.
Well,
Excuse me. It's my turn to speak.
No.
I have seen the roads, and it seems that business is going on as usual. It seems the lockdown is lifted, so we are free to do as we will. You're welcome. And I bow. And I stand there and wait.
I throw him a piece of bacon.
Eat some ham.
Oh, I'm famished.
I just start
all
throwing
you guys,
bacon at him.
Make a history check.
Oh.
I got to 5.
19.
18, 19. You guys remember the flyer and the speech that the talk you had with the guard. So you think oh, the lockdown's lifted. They must have. That's weird because we're not in jail. Leave it at that.
Oh man, what if they caught Damien?
That's very possible.
Well, there's a good thing it's not me then. And I would suggest you start thinking of it that way too, because it could have been all of us, and this would all have been for naught.
Well, he will go down as a hero, or something.
History's written by the victors, and I don't plan on losing.
That's right.
Hey, well said.
Anyway, back to an exit. I do need some provisions. I just need to go get some ink, but it's pretty expensive, and I don't know if I will be able to find it here in High Moon. but I do have a means of getting back to the office of the Black Hand should things go our way. Or even if they don't, we have a way to get out.
That sounds good to me. How so?
I'm gonna take a stick. Wait, oh no, you got the sanctuary all cleaned up, didn't you? We're not doing vines and shit anymore, huh?
Oh yeah, we're kind of just we're a little bit nicer.
There's a bunch of these blasted webs everywhere. Get stuck in my beard.
I'm gonna push Timber out. Like I'm just gonna walk by Timber and just kind of push him out of the way, and on all the bacon grease that's on the floor from Bojack, push it like throwing bacon at him. I'm gonna draw just like a little miniature like teleportation rune on the ground and say, I know you don't believe me, but if I did that with ink, it'd be really cool and we could get there.
I believe you.
No, you're right. I don't believe you.
I wouldn't expect you to, Bojack, you little...
In Vorn's head, he just hears the voice of Timber going like, "Is this thing on? Is this working? Can you hear me right now?
Oh no!
Is this working?"
Time out. You don't hear that yet. Roll a d20. Jake.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Oh no!
Oh, 3.
Ooh.
A 3. The spell does not work, and you have a terrible headache as the words, you thought them, and instead of them like going out to Vorn, they got trapped inside and just bounced around on the inside of your head.
Oh man!
Like the physical shapes of the words that you were trying to say.
You just see Timber like, "Oh man!"
Oh, I just
I
saw
thought-
steam come out of his ears.
Ugh. I thought so. I was visited by gods last night, and I thought they gave me. I thought I was a god now, but I don't understand anymore what's going on.
Yeah, how'd that godhood work out?
They even told me I'm supposed to be more powerful than Korn, and I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Insight check.
Yeah, can I? Am I supposed to know what the fuck he's talking about? He's visited by gods and shit. Like what?
Both of you guys roll an insight check, and you can roll deception. Jake.
I'm not lying. I'm a god.
Can I?
Who told you that you're better than me?
Can I argue for an Arcana check instead?
I rolled an
For what?
11.
Can I argue for like an Arcana check by chance? Since I mean,
No, not in this case. I don't think
Alright.
so. This is definitely insight.
Old natural 20.
18.
Still really
Okay,
good.
well, you both beat him regardless.
Yeah.
It seems like he is embellishing maybe a little bit, but something definitely seems to have happened with him.
Where's this coming from? I don't understand.
Yeah, me neither.
All right.
Just know stuff's happening.
So you're more powerful than Korn, you said?
Yeah. Y'all don't see it now, but later. I bet.
Do they have corn-based fuels in this world?
I'll tell you what, Shetic, make an Arcana check since you rolled so
26.
well. Yeah, 26.
Holy shit.
Here's what you know, Shetic. You're kind of you're like, okay, fuck is going on here, and you like start to like think it out, and you know, well, I definitely woke up feeling, stronger today. It seems like everybody else in the party has kind of got that going on, and you get the sense that perhaps Timber had some kind of latent arcane talent that just, maybe has, with a fucking 26, like, started to be... It's like his third eye is like, it's not open, but it's like moving under the eyelid, like, like it's on the verge of starting to open.
With that, if anyone had been paying attention to Shetic, like the first look on his face when Timber came in with like this arrogance was just like annoyed, and you're seeing it very quickly. Like as I come to this realization of what's happening, you're seeing it kind of turn to sort of a worry. Shetic's not Shetic's a little worried about what Timber with magical powers means for the party.
Timber also is worried about that.
Yeah, that's what's going on with me, though. You definitely see some worry on my face if you're really paying attention.
So
Okay, well, let's go. Let's do something.
So prepping a teleportation circle would be our exit strategy.
That's an
Good
exit option.
In
So
bacon grease.
should we try to make our way to the market to see what we can find?
Couple of yeah. I do need rare inks worth 50 gold piece or more, and the spell is going to consume them. So we can't just go into any store selling stationery. I gotta be honest, I don't know what a rare ink would be. But I'm thinking maybe we go to a bookstore, maybe we find a librarian or something that's interested in rare inks. I don't know.
Ask Timber, maybe he knows now.
Timber, do you know anything about rare inks?
Let me search for any communication with any god.
Let's
So
find
while
out
he
which
does
god
that-
did the god of inks
No.
contact you.
No.
I'll
No,
say,
I don't know.
Shetic, you can make another history or arcana check here.
Aye, but the rarest ink is the one of the blood of the enemies.
27.
How rare
With a
is that for you?
27, Bojack is surprisingly not that far off. You would know just because you
Hey.
have, although maybe you haven't needed a spell with a rare ink, you've been in some magical supply shops, right? Like you've seen this stuff. And blood of the enemies, but there are inks in existence that have things like frost giant tears is infused into the ink, or chromatic dragon blood, or just things that would infuse arcana with elevating a common ink.
Okay. And just as quickly as Shetic's face turns to worry, you see that same glow in his eye is when Bojack figured out the
It is a strange day.
Yeah, this is what the fuck? I think maybe we sleep for another 8 hours. I'm a little worried. Something's wrong.
I do need to get a few components myself, so that's not a bad idea.
Would anybody?
Yeah,
be
I do
willing to
too.
Throw
I
in with me.
also- Yeah, I need
7
some
gold short.
components.
I've only got 9
Right.
gold. What do you want? What more could you ask from me?
Give me all 9 gold, little man.
Only if you give me a hand axe.
We have several of those moon-shaped diamonds from down below.
Is one of those a hand
yeah.
axe?
No,
Hmm.
Then I want a hand axe.
you could probably make do with it with your. Well, no, it's not. But we could
Well,
maybe sell them for
Let's
some
go
money.
shopping.
Yeah, let's sell some diamonds and get a hand axe and inks.
Now, weren't we yelled at before for being in a large group?
Well, we're down one person.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I can just.
The group is mathematically less large right now.
I could be invisible for the way there. And then maybe we can split up and look for what we need to look for. But
Yeah.
after that, I think it'd be a good idea to go by the third temple and see if I can at least detect where this entrance is. This
Yeah,
magical
let's-
entrance.
I am good scoping out the temple.
Stupid illusionary crap.
Alright. Should I make us appear as other people?
Hey, real quick, do you have any windows in your sanctuary here?
Fake windows.
So like they're not actual glass. You don't have any glass anywhere in here?
Just shatter a bottle.
We have
Plenty of
glass, but
glass.
if you're meaning to take it out of the sanctum, it won't really quite work that way.
Okay. All right, understand. I'm not used to these otherworldly sanctums quite like this that you can move around. I've never really dabbled with it.
There might be some glass on the floor under that window of the rancid rat.
I'll get some glass.
All right. Mark it, then scope out the temple.
Groups of twos.
Groups of twos. What do you want to look like?
Nothing.
I'm going to disguise myself. Does anybody else want to be a part of it?
I.
Yeah, for sure. Make me someone interesting.
Okay, I'm going to use seeming. And just make... I'm going to make Shetic and I just look like elves. Like elven or half-elf. Like, pretty common clothes. Maybe a little bit nicer than like slum vibes, but... you know, fairly nondescript.
Make me look like a gnome, so blow their minds with my feats of strength.
And then I'll make him look like a gnome. A red-haired gnome.
Does he have the red cone hat?
I do now.
He does now, I guess. Temple, scope. You guys ready?
Yeah. As ready as ever.
Let's go. Head out the sanctum.
All right, as you guys make your way out of the sanctum spire into the all too familiar section of the High Moon sewer, what is the marching order? If we're doing groups of two, how is those groups split, and who is doing what?
I'm walking with again, I have that pride with Bojack.
I was just gonna say I look up hopefully at Shetic, like.
Except you don't know who you're looking at, because me and Vorn just kind of look like some random ass dudes. Yeah, I shuffle my little gnome partner along with me.
Hey, battle buddies!
I slowly look down towards Timber.
Hey, me and you. Right.
You ready?
Oh, yeah.
Alright, let's go. Let them walk ahead a little bit and then start walking.
All right, you guys make your way up into the rear area there between the tavern and wall, and find yourselves here in the slums.
Look at us slumming it.
Yep. Let's slum it towards the market quickly. I don't want to be.
So, are you guys moving as a group or splitting up? I'm confused.
We're just walking there, not in the group. We're just two and two in it.
Yeah,
I got you.
What do you say?
So,
20
like
foot
in a
spread,
group,
maybe?
but like spread from each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Within
So
earshot.
Yeah. Now that you guys are all here in the slums, you can see the rancid rat is open. The streets are. They seem to have like even a kind of a greater hustle and bustle to them, as if people have been cooped up for a few days. And yeah, it's the sun is just kind of starting to set, and it's a beautiful evening here. Nice kind of cool breeze to the air.
As we walk by the rancid rat, I kind of use my cloak a little bit to like just kind of cover up Timber, who just looks like himself.
So fair.
Well, I guess they're back in business.
Are there any houses nearby? Like I just need a shard of glass. I'm trying to break a window and take a shard of glass. Are there any like abandoned houses as we walk through here?
Make a perception check.
Can I give him help or look myself? It's like, oh, you look
Absolutely,
for glass.
yeah.
Yeah, look yourself, because I rolled a 5, my guy.
We looking for glass. I got a 16.
With a 16 for sure, and even maybe with a broken bottles in the gutters on the side of the street. You can see like one of the street lamps had the glass around it shattered. So yeah, there's definitely, it's not like a street of broken glass, but like here and there's definitely broken glass on the ground.
Yeah, you're just gonna see me kind of look around a little bit, and I'm gonna go for the cleanest looking piece I can find. But with a 5, I'd imagine it's probably pretty dingy.
It's like, hey, look at that.
I'd say they're all pretty damn dingy.
I said the cleanest, not clean. Yeah, so I needed a piece of glass. I got it. Thank you.
Hey, well, let's off we go.
So,
All right.
Vorn, are me and you heading to the temple while they go to the market, or do you also want to go to the market first?
I do need a couple things, but well, that was the plan at least, and then we can all walk towards the temple. Maybe we can cut out of the market early and meet him back over here and just go check out the temple ourselves. Either way.
Okay.
All right, yeah, you guys make your way, keeping a fair distance from each other. I will say, you look around and there's definitely large groups moving, throughout this throng of kind of people that are out and about this evening. But yeah, you make your way up the hill past the stadium, just kind of cut the corner here between the castle and Sapphire wards and move past the Templates of Fate. You see the typical, like 4 guards kind of standing out, doing the patrols around the tablets, and you come right to this intersection, and you do see a well burnt down building here in front of you. But just beyond that, you do see the kind of sea of tents and pop-ups that mark the kind of bizarre section of the market district. What are we looking for, guys?
Now that we're kind of in a crowd, I'll kind of walk back up towards them, so we're like in a group again.
Let's go sell our diamonds first, get some gold.
It may be good to hold. Do you need diamonds for any spells in particular? I swear I did, but I don't remember what it is.
I don't.
I think it was Identify, and I got rid of Identify. So maybe never mind.
Necromancy's dope. Spells don't.
Clerics use them a lot.
No, they do.
Nah, necromancy's pretty fucking. Most of it's like blood, bones, flesh. Can't really buy most of them. Just have to obtain
Dingy
it.
glass.
The glass. Glass shard. I don't need diamonds, but I do need some more gold.
Well, let's see. Where's the best deal we can get for this? And just like kind of look towards the burnt building and and then look back.
You guys would know that you've been to the market district a couple times now. You would know that like Clara at Clara's Garden, she sells spellcasting components, and then the Elminster's library was burned down. That's another spell kind of scroll and bookstore. And then there's Hagar's buy and trade, which is kind of more of like a general store. I think Damien was the one that went and saw Hagar, but
yeah.
I think we tried to go sell it as a spell component. It's usually a little bit worth a little bit more.
Well, sounds good enough for me. Damien always made that Hagar fellow sound okay.
I don't recall.
Yeah, he didn't say much.
Let's go to the spell component store.
Okay.
He just said it was fine.
He said everything was fine. And where is he now?
Probably in jail.
all right. You guys wander over to Clara's Garden, and as you walk in, you see a younger half elf behind the lady behind the counter, and she has, you look around and you see like little jars on racks that seem to all be filled with different components, whether it be like herbs, or some of them are filled with what look like dust of different gemstones. You do see like vials with different kinds of liquid. Some look like dark red in color, others look clear with like a shimmer. But yeah, you see a young half-elf lady behind the counter. She greets you as you come in. Oh, hello. How can I help you?
We're looking for some components for just some messing around with some spells. I was wondering if you're open to buying a couple things so we can have the appropriate coin to pay you.
Certainly, I'm always open for a trade, or perhaps if you've got components that I can use, I might be interested in purchasing them. What are you interested in selling today?
Well, we have some diamonds, and I know they can be kind of hard to come by sometimes, so would you be open to purchasing these?
You see her eyes kind of... Oh, go ahead.
At this moment, Timber walks in and goes, and then walks out.
You fucking moron.
You see her eyes kind of light up. Oh, diamonds! Wow. Sure. And you see her like reach down, and she pulls out one of those like little cylinder eye, like the things that jewelers use to like examine gemstones, and rolls out like a red piece of like felt kind of material cloth. Down on the counter, and she says, well, yeah, if you don't mind, I'll take a look at them.
I can tell that you value quality. And then I'll pull out... I have 2 of the diamonds that we got from Saloon's Temple. I don't know... I don't remember exactly how many, if we got 5 or 4. I don't think I wrote that down. I just wrote down that I had 2. And then other people took theirs.
I had 1.
But you're outside.
I think there was 3 total, right?
Yeah.
Was there? Okay. So yeah, I'll put my 2 on the counter for her.
Her eye that is still not covered by the, and it's kind of funny because she like looks up at you as you put them down, and you can see her like giant eye magnified in the other side where she's got pool, and I mean her eyes light up. She like clutches her chest and make an insight check.
Ooh, I can do that.
This
All your pearls, huh?
She's standing there.
17.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, you guys both notice that she is shook by the size and unique nature of the diamonds that you put down, and she like takes the magnifying tool like away from her eye for a second and just kind of like blinks slowly at you guys twice. She says, my goodness, where did you get these?
Family heirlooms. We just need the money more than we need these at this point.
Your family must have been fairly wealthy if these are legitimate stones. And you see her put the and she like reaches down, her hand is like shaking.
Trust fund, brats.
She picks up one of these, like 2-inch long, moon-shaped, very well-worked diamonds. And you see her kind of, like it's like her mouth is like dry, looking at these stones, and she kind of takes a minute to examine their quality, their clarity, their carat, through her tool, and I'm sure it has a name. I don't know it. And
I just call it jeweler's loop.
Okay, that may be what it is. Sure. Yeah. And she says, what are you looking to get for these stones? Putting the onus on you to make a offer for value.
You said that we had an idea of a range last time we rolled for it. I'm pretty sure, and I wrote down 500 to 700. So
magic ink.
Hold on. Excuse me, doesn't understand the value.
Oh, how does 600 sound?
For both or for one?
I'm gonna reach into my pocket and I'm gonna throw down the third one and say each.
I thought Timber had the third one.
I have it in my inventory. Do you have it in your inventory, Timber?
I did.
Oh, then who turned one down?
Bojack turned one down.
You can.
Oh well, then.
Can have it.
Oh, did you get no?
That's why I thought we had 4 because we each had 1, but then I got 2 because Bojack didn't want it.
That's what I thought.
Okay, maybe it was 4 then. My mistake.
Okay, all good.
Okay.
So okay, well then, let me ask you. When you gave us that price range, was that for each or was that for all of them? If we have an idea of how much these are.
It was for each, and that is what you guys estimated.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna say I'm gonna throw down a third one and say 600 each.
She is going to immediately agree to pay the price.
And maybe,
Handshake.
I guess I'm gonna notice. You know, she's so eager. Maybe you can throw in a few spell components with such a good price for this value.
She's gonna say, absolutely, whatever you need.
Magic ink.
I'm gonna look down at the gnome next to me with the pointy red hat and. Do you have?
Yeah,
some
right. He
magic
looks
ink?
like he's like this, like, you know, feisty little guy, little forest gnome. Like he's got like the white. His beard is not red anymore; it's white, and then he's got like little spectacles on and the tall red hat.
I've only said 2 words to this lady twice.
Magic ink.
Magic ink.
Magic ink. Yes. Do we have magic ink? Or
Little pudgy
rare?
arm.
I need some ink imbued with some magical components. Do you have something like that?
She reaches behind, and she's got like a pretty wide space behind her counter. And she's got on one side a shelf that has all sorts of different bottles. And she doesn't pick one. She pulls down the entire rack of bottles, puts it down on the counter, and says, "Take whatever you need."
Oh, God, yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
Each vial, how much would I know about how much they each run? Because I do got to meet a certain price point, and I'm going to go well beyond that.
You can see they've all got like kind of little tags on them that say anywhere, depending on the bottle, between like 2 gold to like 15.
I'm taking.
The bottles with the tags that have 15 are far more like ornate looking.
I want to get enough ink to get to 100 gold worth of rare ink. Is what I'm going for.
Yeah, no problem. So you get, we'll say you get like 10 vials of this ink on average, and we'll say you get 5 bottles of dragon blood infused ink from various dragons, and they all kind of have a slightly different color depending on the chromatic or genealogy of the dragon's blood that was harvested. We'll see. You get 2 that say they have unicorn hair in them. You get 1 that has frost giant tears. And then you get 2 that are infused with what looks like some sort of blend of different like herbs and like tree barks and things, and like that, those were the cheapest.
Sick. I have it as one thing. I have all the inks marked in my inventory, and I'll just take off gold value if I end up using it.
And I would say, since Shetic, you selected these, you can determine like of the dragon blood ones, the 5 that are dragon blood, you can determine like the colors of those and match them to whatever type of chromatic or gem dragon you would have chosen.
Has her face changed at all? Like, is her excitement still there seeing me grab the most expensive things in this?
As she takes the little rack that holds all the different vials and goes to put it back on her shelf, her hands are shaking so much that you can hear the sound of the vials rattling. And I will remind you, the one person that doesn't have a diamond left, you did not see this interaction. But you two, I mean, you rolled pretty well on insight. We'll say that carries over. You got just now.
I guess we don't
And
know
you
the
can
value
tell
of
by
diamonds.
her reaction that probably could have, like, these diamonds were probably worth quite a bit more than what you just agreed to.
That's fine.
sell them for.
She's got hot merchandise. That's cool.
Yeah, she came up.
Well then I want to look around the store while I'm like, is there anything that looks valuable? An axe, armor, weapon, anything? I mean, I know it's a spell store, so probably not, but I'm just looking for some high value items that we can bargain for.
Let's see.
Yeah, anything.
Ember.
Yeah.
I walk in. I say, Tobias, my servant, are you done selling my little marbles yet? Looking at you, Corn.
I'm not looking at you. Who let this one in?
Don't
Who's
you dare,
Tobias?
or you'll get the stick again.
Just like kind of like
you
looks
see
back
Clara like looks over like, do you know this gentleman?
Unfortunately.
I flick my cloak and I walk out.
He's the worst. Sorry.
Sorry about that.
Nope.
Make a perception check, Shetic.
Ooh, nice. 18.
With an 18, you look around and she's got all sorts of stuff in here. But you do notice among the spell components, you don't see a lot of weapons, but you do notice there is a staff, kind of on a rack, like a weapon mount that would be like on the wall. So it's kind of horizontal in these little two brackets that sit against the plaque. And that looks fairly interesting to you. You see a small... It's like a small box that looks like it's almost like ancient wood that kind of catches your eye. And you see a stuffed animal that is like a feline form, like a stuffed tabaxi or something like that.
I want to ask about that staff. What is this?
As you point up to the staff, she says, "This is a magical staff. Are you interested?"
What sort of magic?
She says, "It is." She is like elated with you guys. You get the sense that she may have been a little more guarded with this kind of information, but she's going to go ahead and tell you it's a staff of withering. It is kind of like a quarter staff length, so it's not like a full length staff, but it's maybe like 4 feet long or so. And you see that it's got primarily constructed of like a wooden branch that has like a gnarly like turn in it, and then goes back straight again. So it's almost like a lightning bolt shape, and then it's got, out of the wood at the top, it's got like a hand like carved from, it's like a single piece. And she says this is a staff of withering. She says it's a very dangerous necrotic weapon.
Can I reach it?
No, it's behind her.
I'll take
against
that.
the wall.
Hand it over.
You say, "I'll take that, hand it over."
Yep.
Make an intimidation check.
Oh, I'm not trying to intimidate. Middle of the road, 10.
She says, "Well, I think I've given you a fair amount of ink. I think making a deal for the staff would only be fair."
I did have this list of components that I was looking for too, but you kind of got wrapped up with his ink.
Well, we're 1,800 gold richer right now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're 600 gold richer. Let's be real.
Yeah, I know. I'm 600 gold richer. That's fine.
I am 1,200 gold richer.
I'll give you back 2 bottles of ink and pay you 100 gold for that staff.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
How much is it? I don't even know.
19.
On a 19, she says, "Very well. To be honest, these diamonds are incredible. However, I believe that will be the extent of the discounting I will do for you." So which 2 ink bottles do you hand back to her?
The two with the herbs in them.
Okay. And yeah, she reaches up, grabs it down, and hands it over to you. This is a staff of withering.
Yeah, I saw it in Beyond. It's fucking
Yo.
sick. It's sick.
Nice.
And I'm gonna point out the with the staff. I'm gonna point out the box and the stuffed animal to I'm gonna say Tobias. And I hate, you can hear, I just hate saying it. But it's the first good decision Timber's made not calling us by our name, so I'm gonna roll with it. And Tobias. And I'm just gonna take the staff and point at the box and the stuffed animal.
Yeah, I'm here for a reason. I'll hand her a list of the components that I was hoping to get for our super sick deal, but like I don't know if that's just like extinguished at this point. But yeah. And it says if she's gonna look at it, shard of blue glass, a bit of fleece, bat fur, a piece of coal, a pinch of confetti.
What the fuck?
And a living flea.
What the fuck?
Hey, look, dude.
I'll say, for the sake of brevity, she has everything but the living flea. And she said, just give me 1 gold piece for this.
Sure.
For the lot.
I bet we can find a living flea in the slums.
I bet we can find
I
one
bet
on
you
timber.
could find one on that. Yeah, exactly, Joy. I was just gonna say that. I got excited out of character because we had the same thought.
Cool. And then 1,200.
My bad, man. I didn't mean to cut you off for your spell components.
That's okay, y'all. Yeah, I was waiting. I was just waiting patiently. But I should have probably just like cut in.
I was pulling as much as I could from her.
I saw it.
Bojack, I want to do something with you. You've kind of seen these guys like wheeling and dealing with this lady, and you haven't really been part of it. I want you to make a nature check.
Nature, eh?
He did say magic ink twice.
I got an 8.
Okay, yeah, well.
Hey, lady, would you buy a crowbar?
She's gonna like look down at you, and you're like slightly shorter than you normally would be in your gnomish form here, and you have like that like pudgy looking kind of arms and like legs and like little round cheeks that are like a little rosier than they haven't be above your white beard and under your red hat. And she looks down at you and just is like, this woman has had the best, like this is the greatest thing that's ever happened to her. And she just smiles at you and she says, I don't deal in crowbars. I'm sorry. Thank you though.
I kind of feel like we got thinking that these diamonds were only worth 600. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, above the table, I was gonna highball the fuck out of her, but you said 600 and we went with it, so it is what it is.
When
Have y'all looked what diamonds are on D&D Beyond?
I mean, yeah, but we had a range here. We were told what they cost.
I don't remember what we rolled.
That was the range that I told you that you guys
estimated.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't get any of those darn diamonds, so I didn't care anyway.
Either way, the way I look at it, she now has hot diamonds that were sold to her by people that don't at all look like what they normally do.
Yeah,
so.
she has saloon diamonds.
Joke's on her.
But I'm gonna look up at the shelf at the box and the stuffed animal. Those seem a bit curious. Anything special about them?
Yeah, she's gonna say that the stuffed tabaxi is a sentry of sorts. It helps monitor your camp while you're taking a long rest. And the other item is what's called a Migris locker.
Migris locker. Have I heard of this before?
It is a curious item. It is also somewhat coincidentally feline in nature. She's going to go on to say, as I read the item description, it almost takes the form of like a familiar. But it doesn't, you can't summon it. If it is damaged in any way, it just goes back into the locker, and then you can open it again the next dawn. But yes, it's something like a female familiar. However, I will warn you, it is rather off-putting figure.
Well, all right. How much for that? Understanding that we just gave you, and I'm gonna like pierce her eyes with mine, the deal of your life.
And I'll say that's fair with the insight check. Let's see. She's gonna kind of like stroke her chin. I almost said beard. She doesn't have a beard. She's gonna stroke her chin thoughtfully and say, 1,000 gold pieces. However, for the stuffed animal, I could do 500 gold pieces. So these are both fairly kind of similar items. The stuffed Tabaxi Guardian, it's like, you know, you set out, it's like when you're a little kid and you think your stuffed animals and action figures are going to protect you from whatever lives under your bed or whatever. It's a stuffed animal, and you can set it out, and when you're taking a rest, it's kind of like an alarming type sentry. It'll wake you up instantly if an alert or if it senses danger of any kind. The Migris Locker is kind of like cat familiar, and it will do very similar things to like a wizard's familiar.
Okay. Not very interested, honestly. Do you have any potions to note in inventory?
I just have the components to craft them.
Well, thank you very much.
Certainly. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, truly.
I give it like a little short bow. Tobias, at your service, ma'am.
What a loser.
Yeah, fucking nerd.
And I'm gonna walk out to meet Timber.
I'm gonna stay back just to reiterate the name and the alias that he's using. I said, I appreciate you being nice to Tobias. He kind of...
Yeah, we call him Old Toby, and we just go along with what he says.
We make him feel like he's part of the group. Thank you.
That's my pleasure.
I have the most
kind of
names.
looks at you all like, well, who the fuck are these people?
We're the people that just made you. You can retire. Shut up.
with your eyes. You say that with your eyes.
Yeah, she didn't. Well, she didn't say that. I hope not. That's rude.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, there we go.
All right.
You sold your diamonds.
Yep. I am good to go check out this temple. Yeah.
So how much did y'all sell the diamonds for?
About 20 gold each.
Yep. That idiot took them.
Oh, y'all gotta... You're lying?
I would just straight up look at you guys and be like, what do you mean 20? You got like 8 times that.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, we got 160 each. You're right.
Yes, yeah.
Can I do an insight check on these fools?
I want to cast.
Absolutely.
I'm going to cast Grafen's Bane of Excellence on him real quick as we're saying this.
Oh, God.
I got 17.
Nah, it doesn't matter. He didn't roll a nat 20.
Okay.
I'm rolling deception. Oh, 12.
10, baby.
Yeah, they both seem like they're lying.
I also got a 10.
Bojack's 10. You get the sense he doesn't know what happened.
My math was wrong.
I'm just
He's
thinking
like
there was
proud.
a bow.
Bojack has a sense of pride for asking for, like, he's like, yeah, I told her and we got the magic ink.
Yeah, if it wasn't for me saying ink, none of that would have gone as smoothly.
And he seems really happy with his, like, gnome disguise as well.
If it wasn't for Bojack, we would have forgotten the whole reason we went in there. At least I would have.
You do notice that Shetic seems to have a new staff as well.
Yeah, I see it. There's no way that cost 160 gold.
This old thing? Oh, no, I had it walking in.
Well, I'm just thinking...
I even just like look over like, what?
Doubles down on the lie that you know is...
I'm just thinking that now I'm a god, I should probably be dressing like one. And I wanted some new armor, and that lady down the street had a bow for me. But will this diamond cover all that?
I'll tell you this about the diamond. It's probably worth a lot more than we originally estimated. So keep that in mind if you're going to try to trade it.
I'll tell you something else about the diamond. I'll give you 200 gold for it right now.
No.
What bow are you
Yeah.
referring to, Timber?
There was a bow in the shop that was worth 700 gold. And then we
Is that the one that you stole?
No,
he
we
couldn't
went back and I
find the
couldn't
one
find that one.
Yeah, so he got the guardian bow.
Yeah. And so
And it promptly got rid of it.
it's in the sanctum. We still have it.
It's vibing.
Oh, okay.
It's also a hot item.
I mean, all our items are. I might report that shopkeeper
But-
for having stolen diamonds.
But I'm fine. Let's just go to the temple. That can be another day. I'm patient and kind and merciful, so let's just go. You're welcome.
Mercy is the refuge of the weak. I'll start turning towards the temple and head that way.
That was sick.
Real quick, actually,
That's literally something Ambor said.
before we go to the temple, who was it who had detect magic last time was it you?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. I'm making sure it wasn't Damien and we need to go get like a scroll or something while we're in the market. All right, we're good.
Yeah, so we're gonna head towards the temple.
Yeah.
Perfect. As you guys make your way out of Market District, I will say you periodically do notice small groups of like 2 to 3 High Moon City Guard on what look like normal patrols. They seem very relaxed. They seem, like they've had some days of long days, searching the streets, and it's been raining and things. But today they seem to all have somewhat of a lighter step to them. And as you move out of the Market District, crossing the main street that leads from the castle down to the southern gate into High Moon, at the edge of the river, you make your way into the Elven Gardens, this beautifully elvish district of the city with its ornate wooden structures and meticulously maintained gardens, and make your way through to the Temple of Mithrian Sarath, as it appears to be open today. And you guys are standing in front now of the large and exists between the 2 curving staircases that lead up into the entrance.
Are there any like newsies or anybody handing out like pamphlets or town criers or something we could go to figure out? I don't want to like straight up ask like what happened, why is everyone so chill, but like
I would.
yeah, I kind of figure if there, well, I mean, you can do that if you want. I support it, my man.
Go ahead.
I
Yeah.
support you.
I just want to know if like there's any headlines like arrest made in recent crime spree or whatever, How do people get their news here? And if it's something complicated, I don't want to do it. But
I will say here in the gardens, you don't really see anybody. You may have seen some on the way here, but before thinking of this, but here in the gardens, it's very quiet, very serene. You can hear more than anything the sound of wind chimes and bird song.
Once we get to
Leaves.
the temple exterior, I'm gonna go ahead and cast detect magic.
Okay.
And it's a 30-foot radius from myself for up to 10 minutes.
Okay.
And I'm gonna
Nothing magical other than what you guys are presenting.
don't you know the area, Vorn, where we need to go?
I just know that
It's just
it's
somewhere outside.
on the outside of the temple.
Like outside near the temple? Or just not in the effing temple?
On the outside perimeter of the temple.
Yeah, you might need to just like do a lap around the temple.
I'm gonna do a lap around the temple.
See.
As you're doing a lap around the temple.
Good idea.
Yeah, you make your way on the left side, begin working your way right around the edge of this temple. And when you get to the back area, it's a smaller space with a hedge wall kind of behind it. So there's, maybe just like 5 to 7 feet of space between the back of the temple itself and that hedge wall. You see a interesting shimmer and almost like a rainbow, like an oil slick almost, kind of ethereal box, like a large rectangular box, right on that very center point on the back wall.
While I'm looking at it, can I check to see if it seems magically or otherwise trapped in any way from the outside?
Make an Arcana check.
Natural 20, 25.
With a natural 20,
yeah.
this seems to be magic designed to hide and do damage.
Okay, I'm gonna.
And I will see as you focus with that natural 20, you focus in on that. You're like detecting that there's magic there from using the spell. But would you focus in on that, the rainbow like oil slick like surface of where this magic is contained, you begin to be able to kind of see through it a little bit, and you can see what look like cellar doors. I will say you also notice a very hefty looking lock securing the cellar doors together in the middle. But you've been back here. That wasn't there last time.
Okay. To myself, I'll just kind of look through and gotcha. And then I'll make my way back to the front with the guys.
I'm following behind you. I was walking with you.
Okay,
You did your thing.
Yeah. Well, if you're following me, here's our entrance right here.
I don't see it.
I'll kind of like reach out to the wall and hopefully it passes straight through.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, they can't see it. It's like just what you're seeing is invisible to their eye, so they just see you reach your hand out into the air. But yeah, your hand goes through it.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I thought it was like against the wall, like I'm like my hand's going through the wall.
No. So what you're seeing is the back wall, which is, plain to see for everybody. You see like a almost like it's like the shape of like a glass tank that like a magician would go into to do like, oh, I'm undoing my jacket under water, or like some David Blaine shit. Like it's like what that shape, like some tall square rectangle shape that seems to be what you're now gathering as you have your detect magic up, is that's like the boundary of the illusion that was cast. And then you're seeing
cellar
that
doors, like
typical like right angle triangle of a cellar entrance, like that meets the back of it, meets the wall, and it goes down like, and the bottom of the doors are touching the grass.
Just point at its center of mass, and I'll see what I can do here.
You're not gonna. I don't know that you cast fireball. Never mind. It's right there.
No. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic. I'm gonna try it first at a 3rd level.
Real quick. Let's think. We're doing this in daylight.
I said I'm gonna cast Detect or Dispel at a 3rd level.
Okay.
Who are you, Tim? What? You're leaving notes at every crime scene, and all of a sudden you're worried about getting caught?
Hey, it hasn't bit us in the butt. I know what I'm doing.
What?
Trust me.
You've been leaving notes? What do you mean you've been leaving notes?
Oh no, you told Bojack.
Oh, he left notes saying how much he loved them.
Exactly.
That's kind of lame, isn't it?
That's lame as hell. What?
That's why we don't. That's why we're being so mean to Timber. We think he's a lame-o, that's why.
What is your spellcasting ability modifier? Is it Wisdom, Intelligence?
It is going to be Intelligence.
Intelligence, perfect. You said you're casting it at 3rd level.
Yep.
All right, I need you to roll a d20 and add your spellcasting ability modifier, please.
Oh, it's gonna be a 4, dude. It was almost a 20. Jesus Christ.
Hologram, you can. I'm sorry. Whoa, Vorn. You see the oil slick box, like it like starts to like shake, and it looks like it might break apart, but it withstands this dispel magic, as it appears to be a higher than 3rd level delusion.
So it. Oh wait, never mind. I don't know. It's an illusion.
I see what you tried to do there. It seemed to not work.
I can
I didn't see
certainly.
nothing.
And I just
can-
walk towards it.
Hold on. Hold on. Watch your step.
I see Timber start to walk, and I immediately stop what I'm doing and back up and let him do his thing. Like, go for it, man.
Yeah, you can walk towards it, and Vorn, you see Timber move into the box.
I'm gonna reach down where the lock is, and I'm gonna say, like, I'm gonna pick it up, basically, like, kind of like hinge it on its lock, and say, grab this. It's a lock. Maybe you could do something about it.
Can I feel it? Like, is that something I can feel?
You can, yeah. It's there. It's just been magically hidden. So
Okay.
I will say, yeah, you reach down where he's indicating you, and it's a heavy, traditional kind of padlock shape, but large, and you can feel the weight of the, you especially kind of gather this thing's got some hefty duty security going on the inside of it. It's adding to the weight.
Well,
So they're not getting hurt or anything. It's just an illusion here.
Correct.
Is what I'm getting.
Mhm.
Oh, I
It's
thought you said
not
there's some
magically
damage.
trapped.
Oh.
I have picked locks in the pitch black before. I feel like I want to try to just straight lock pick this.
I'm gonna take a
With
step
my
away
cat
from him and just
perspective.
like look around, make sure we're not
All
getting
right.
like, looked at.
Make a dexterity check with disadvantage.
Dex check.
You got it. You got it.
You got
That's a nat one.
Oh,
it? No, he doesn't.
With a natural one, you're what's really weird sensation for you, because your lockpick is, you can just see your lockpick there, like, and you're like wiggling it around in the air, but you can feel the force of
Yeah.
resistance against it from the mechanisms on the inside of this lock as you're doing it. And as you're doing this, you go for one of the first tumblers, and you feel the resistance, and you're like, oh, that's a little loose in the air, though. I think I can push it up and into place. And your lock pick, and you guys can all see this too, and what it looks like to everyone besides Vorn, is that this lockpick just snaps into in midair as your lockpicking tools break.
Well, I guess that's it. Let's go home. We can't get in.
all right. Do you have any more of
I-
those?
Mission failed. We're done.
I pull out my lock picking tool.
Are you gonna try this?
Are you gonna
give
try
the-
it, or you want me to?
Hell no, I ain't giving you my tools, and I ain't trying what I can't see.
Could I?
But I have
Oh,
tools.
okay.
You said
Right.
they didn't
All right.
exist, and they exist.
I'm
Well,
proficient.
can I have
with
them
these
to
tools.
try?
Give me a hand axe.
I'm proficient.
I
with
also
these
am.
tools. Could I do this if I like poke my head in and everything? Could I do it as a sleight of hand, or is it just going to be a straight dex check every time?
It's a dexterity. To pick a lock is a dexterity.
I can.
Sleight of hand is like, up close magic or pickpocketing, stuff like that.
I guess I'm going to poke my head in. I mean, it's.
I think if you're
I want
proficient
that-
with the tools, it mechanically is the same, though. It's not like classified as a sleight of hand, but it's like.
Oh yeah, I would. Yeah,
it
I would
is
have
like
my
dex plus
proficiency to it
proficiency,
anyway. Yeah,
technically.
you're right.
Mhm.
Can I like poke my head in and take a look at this lock? Does anything happen to me? Does my head fall off?
It doesn't work like that. You still can't see it.
Okay, so
Like,
you got to
yeah.
unlock it to be able to get through here. Okay.
Bojack, let me try again. Let me get your tools.
Bojack, if you don't trust him, I can try it.
You have to trade
I
him
just-
something.
I just want a hand axe. Give me a hand axe.
I got a. Ooh, bro, you're in luck. I've got this awesome shovel. It's like the best shovel around,
That's a
passed
good
down from
shovel.
generations.
I'm
It's a
gonna take-
really good shovel.
I'm gonna take out one of my daggers and try to bend the top of it.
Oh, I have a crowbar. Here you go, Shetic.
Okay.
Would you take
Ignore
What are you trying
the
to-
shovel.
You're trying to bend the top of what?
A dagger.
You're just trying to like strength bend your dagger.
No, I'm not grabbing that shit. I'm pushing it up against the wall and trying to bend it. I'm trying to use some leverage on a wall or something near me.
Make a strength check.
Hell yeah, dude.
Bojack, would you take this different looking kind of hand axe? And I pull out a sickle.
I got a 4, so actually I bent 4 daggers. It was sick. Yeah.
You got a 4 on the dice?
Yeah, did you shit?
It did not bend. You have wizard strength.
Bojack, you see this little gnome stick his hand up to Vorn, and it's like, I want the scythe. Scythe me.
Here you go.
Alright.
And then I just hand you the thieves' tools. I prefer breaking it anyway.
It's a 3-way deal.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Vorn. You got it.
All 4 of us can use these
No,
thieves'
thank you.
tools.
And just put them into your hand.
Alright. I'm gonna try again.
Okay, make a dexterity check with disadvantage.
I did what I always do. I'm a good backup.
Man, it's an 8. It's not happening.
Did you add your
The tools don't
proficiency?
break this time because you have learned the area. But yeah, you spend several minutes jimmying this invisible lock and trying to find a way to get past it, and it's just not like. As soon as you get one tumbler up and you get like a second tumbler up, you go to do the third one. The first 2 fall back down. It's a very frustrating experience for you.
Having trouble there, Your Highness.
Timber, do you want me to give it a shot?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, Dex.
Disadvantage.
Ooh.
Well, it ain't gonna get much worse than that, but that's a 7. All right, so I got a 7.
Guys.
You experienced something very similar, and even it's not as frustrating for you, I don't think, because you may pick locks, but it's not something you do all the time, at least not in this recent history here in High Moon. So you're like, yeah, you mess with it for maybe a little time than Timber did, and you're like, this is beyond my skill.
I am going to, as soon as I realize that I can't do it, I'm gonna kind of back up, and as my hand is passing back through the force field, I'm gonna very quietly and quickly cast Dispel Magic at a 4th level.
Okay. Yeah, so go ahead and it was a D20 roll plus your spell casting ability modifier.
That's a 7
Damn it.
Total?
total.
Yeah, and Vorn, you see the same thing. There's kind of a shimmer and like an instability in the illusion, but it maintains.
Well,
So did the tools didn't break though? They're still in there.
No, the tools only broke on the natural one.
I mean, I can give it another shot.
Bojack, do you
Okay.
think you can break this door? It's just some cellar doors.
well,
So the
hold
way
on,
that
let's
works
think.
is the DC will increase, just so you know.
So
if you
what
try again.
about if we go inside the temple of Mithrian and try to find a key for this lock? I could
Yeah.
probably steal a key faster than I can pick this lock.
Vorn and Timber, make a history check, please.
You're also the only one that looks exactly like you, and we're not exactly welcome in there.
No, they love me in there. Oh,
I promise they
I got
don't.
17. 18.
I got
Good roll.
a 24.
Better roll.
Both of you guys, I would say 18 is good. You have looked around. You did not. You're thinking to yourself, like, well, if there was a key in there, where would it even? Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe whatever is in there has the key, or whoever's in control of hiding these keys has it.
I think I'm gonna give it another shot
With the tools or with your magic?
with the tools. I'm a little worried if I expend all my energy just trying to get past this illusion. I may not have anything left in me to face what's beyond the door.
Well, we
Hey,
can
what's your
always come
bonus?
back
Yeah, go.
tonight to face whatever's inside. But go for it.
I mean, it's like what 7:30, 8 o'clock p.m. by now.
Yeah, it's the sun. It's set behind the trees on the outside of the city now. It's fairly dark at this point.
All right, I'm going physical this time.
Do it.
Go for it.
Yeah.
That is the third 7 in a row, man.
Bojack, how do you feel about breaking these doors open?
And it wasn't a nat one.
Yeah, I can break them. Want me to break them?
Should we break them from the inside so you're not swinging your axe back here?
Break him from the inside?
I'm gonna grab Bojack by his little freaking cone head and dimension door through the doors into like what I assume is stairs. I haven't seen it, but I'm just gonna go like a couple feet in from where the doors are.
All right.
Okay. Sick.
Bojack and Vorn. Bojack, you feel this kind of familiar sensation of somebody grabbing you by the back of your shoulders at this point, and for you, Vorn, you it's like you're just grabbing this little gnome, and you cast Dimension Door, and you guys find yourselves. Do you both have dark vision?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you guys find yourself in a very dark space. It's got that grayscale kind of look of what darkness and dark vision look like, and you look back up and you see the two cellar doors from the other side. The other two see, Vorn suggests this really quickly and then grab Bojack, and they're gone as you see them fade away into you don't know.
Do you think you can use that crowbar to, now that you can see this, make something happen on this side? Or whatever
honestly,
tool you feel comfortable with?
Honestly, I think the crowbar would have been better outside, but I got one of these, and I just like flex, and I go to like take my great sword and stab it into the doors.
So yeah, Bojack, and it's really weird looking for you, little produce this like great sword out of like the inside of its body, this illusion. Bojack, as you raise your great sword up and begin to swing it towards the two doors and open up the cellar, we're gonna freeze frame right on that sword as it's halfway through the air to hit the door and end our session right there.
Oh god, that's funny. I might have been able to open it from the outside. Well, fine.
Alrighty, thank you so much for watching tonight's episode of The Black Hand of Fate. If you'd like to catch up with us on social media, you can find us at Side21 TV on Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. You can also join up on the Discord server. We'd love to see you there. You can tell us what you liked, tell us what you want to see more of, and we will catch you next time on Side21. Have a great night. Thanks.